Turned left out of the paddock. Here's the paddock and the other ship, and that's me. Hello. We've turned left and we're going to the almond field, which is the one that we got recently, a couple of years ago, and we're just going to check. It was, what was it? We had the 40 mil of rain 3 weeks ago now, I think. So I'm just going to see what's happening with the rewilding in this area. And the sheep and donkey are going to be having their brekkie. So this top section all the way along here, we've got lots of albiders in here, and they've seeded into here, I think. So you can see down on the ground here, they're only little ones, but there are loads of these all the way along here. So you see this sort of haze here. This is all albida, which has come from over here. As you can see, some of the trees are in flower. Pretty, with the sun shining through them. So pretty. The sheep are trying to eat the almond trees, which they're not really supposed to do. This one has actually got leaves coming. Almonds flower before they leaf, generally. But this is actually, you can see here, oops, you can see here, if I get that in focus, it's actually got buds, flower buds, and the leaves coming through. There's a sort of haze now coming to this bit of land. You see down here there's grass, green grass just coming through. These plants, which dried right off in the winter, well, in the autumn actually, when there wasn't that much rain, they're all starting to come through now. Still looking quite dry. Not a huge amount of growth yet, or not visible growth. I'm sure there's lots happening underneath. We're forecast high winds up to 75-kilometre gusts today. I think we've got a yellow warning again for winds, so we brought the animals out. Oh look, yeah, you can see the green haze here, which is all grass coming through. Which is nice to see. Yeah, so I brought the animals out early. Well, regular time really, but rather than doing an afternoon walk, I thought we'd better do a morning one, before the winds pick up. But you can see lovely blossom starting in these trees, and then some completely full of potential. They've actually got buds. This one, if you look up, buds. The buds are there. Well, it's looking like leaf buds rather than flower buds in this one, but I don't know, they may be flowers. We've had a couple of bonkers days. Yesterday we got up to 27 degrees outside, which for this time of year, I mean, it's lovely, of course, and those of you maybe in the UK or in Northern America will be thinking, oh, that's really nice. really, for this time of year, it's going to confuse everything, and it's going to, you can hear the bees in this one now. It was about 17, 18 degrees when we came out this morning. So of course the bees are up, they're already out. Yeah, so 27 degrees, 2 days of really hot weather is going to confuse the birds, confuse the bees, confuse the plants. And there's every likelihood that we can still get really hard frosts in February, which might then, of course, if things come out early, it's going to knock them right back. So, as lovely as it was, it's not really a very good thing to happen at this time of year. Okay, so we're going further down into the field now. I don't know if you get a sense of this, but there's obviously there's the dip downwards, but then also from up here down, it also dips that way as well. You can see these lines across here. These are terraces to slow down the water. Another sign of rabbits or hares. I don't know. This has actually got poop in the hole. So they've dug and then they've pooped in there. I don't know if that's hare or rabbit. If anyone knows how to identify between the two just from what they do, please let me know. Put a comment below or something, because I'd like to learn. I'd like to be able to see, identify, their identify from what I'm seeing out, so I can tell what they are. Look at this lovely pink blossom here against the blue sky. Gorgeous. Oh, you're getting dragged through a tree, Dave?
Yeah. Stabbed in the eye by a tree.
Whoops. I'm falling down holes. There's one thing about this rocky land. When you're walking on it, you tend to look down a lot, because otherwise you end up doing your ankles in. Just looking at the feet here. This is asphodels. It's coming up. You're not going to eat that, are you? We've got a donkey nose now. Very interested. Yeah, there's a little patch of asphodels coming up here. I don't think that Felicitas likes to eat them. All the way along here. Careful where you're treading there, Dave. You've got lots of asphodels coming up there. They look like onions. Are they of the onion family? I'm not sure. Just behind your left foot there. You can see?
Yeah.
There's a big patch there. You can tell what they are from here, the dry flowers from last year. Got this stalk coming up, which is an asphodel stalk coming out of the new green. Oh, it looks like something's munched on that. Was that donkey? You see little munch marks. It could have been rabbits. Could have been donkey girl. Oh, what's happened there?
It might have broken last year and then healed itself.
And growing into the ground now. We've got a sheep eating an almond tree there. Zha Zha. Zha Zha. No, please don't do that. There we are. There's lots to eat down on the ground rather than eating the tree, please. What have you found there? The grass. Distance there on the top of that mountain there. That's above Ulela del Campo, the village. It's the shrine. There's a rock up there, I think it's also oh, sorry. Oh, you're probably getting loads of wind noise now. I do apologise. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, don't eat the flowers. No. This is why we don't bring them into this area too often, because they like to eat the trees. So we've brought them down into this area, which has got a lot of fresh grass growing, trying to distract them from the trees. This is, well, I mean, obviously this is a ploughed field. It was ploughed about, was it ploughed 2 or 3 years ago, Dave? 2 years ago or 3 years ago it was ploughed? This field, huh?
2 years ago, actually.
2 years ago. Ploughed the year that we bought it, was it?
Yep.
Just before we bought it. So it's got a lot of growing to do. But you can see here it's got the potential. Oh, I'll turn my back to the wind. Most of it was ploughed on contour, luckily, so that's going to help a lot with the regrowth. So Dave started cracking almonds, and Felicitas decided they were for her. Dave cracking almonds for Felicitas, as if she needed it. Oh no! You didn't just eat that almond that was supposed to be for Felicitas, did you? How could you? Oops. Can you? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere.
I couldn't see it, but when I got close to the ground I could smell it.
Over there? Maybe it's just about coming up. Is this is rocket, isn't it? Yeah, that's rocket.
Can we tweet it?
Do you want to eat it?
It's
Rocket. Rock on, rocket.
Nice tree. We've got some on it. Lots of rocket.
Rabbits are enjoying it. Lots of grass here. Hey girlie.
I'm going to like grass today. More interested in something.
I think almonds are still doing it for her at the moment, but grass might do. It's got lots of green bits on it, so. Found an almond.
Yeah, she seems to be eating shells as well.
The outer husks or the actual shells?
Shell.
Okay. And a bit of grass there.
I guess it could be the ones that have got husks on as well.
So, funny thing, yesterday we got contacted by someone to, a very brief thing. It's weird, isn't it, how people don't introduce themselves when they ask to come and visit your home. So a very brief line. I'm going to be travelling through the area in the next few weeks and I'd like to come and visit your Earthship. And that was it. So I replied saying that we're not open for visitors anymore and haven't been, and put that on our website. Haven't been for a while now. Because it's our home, it's our home really. And I also said that I don't think that you're allowed really to travel around at the moment because of the COVID thingy, and we're not allowed out of the our own town at the moment, so we couldn't just go down to the coast, down to Mahaka. We've got to stay in the Sawbass area unless it's for something, an emergency or something. And he came back and said that he could travel because he's got his camper home, which kind of makes it a bit of a nonsense really, doesn't it, if that is the case. I'm not entirely sure that it's legal what he's doing, but there you are. Candelabra, or candelabrum, I don't know what the Latin is, but something like that. And there's a little patch of them around here. You see there and there. When they do tend to form in patches because there'll be a mother plant up here somewhere, and it would have seeded, and then it catches in these ruts here, and then they grow. They're biennials, so I don't know how you tell what year they're in, whether this is their first year or their second, but they'll flower in their second year and then that'll be the end. But I just love these leaves. They're quite furry, and look at, the edges, so roughly, they're just gorgeous. And they throw off a really nice flower stalk as well, very high, and it looks like a candelabra, which is where it gets its name from, obviously. I think I saw, there we are, that's a little bit of rocket. Yeah, lovely. It's quite a big plant, that one. The animals missed it, they love it. So that's good. We'll be getting some of that coming through. I don't know where they've gone. Go and find them. Walk up the hill here. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of rocket plants now. Lots of the verbascum. We've got the albidas, bigger albidas over here. We've got these. I still need to look up the name of them. Sorry, I'm trying to shield you from the wind at the moment. It's beginning to pick up. they are. Oh. Sorry if you're getting loads of wind. You see them in the distance there. Oh. You're not going further on? Beautiful sky this morning. I'm going to turn around into the wind now, so hopefully I'll just give you a bit of a pan of the area. This bit here isn't ours yet. We'd love to have it. The guy really doesn't want to sell it. He loves the campo himself, and he does come and I don't think it's called ploughing actually. What he does to it, I think it's tilling. He tills it. Here they are. Back with us. So I'm just walking down the hill, and there's lots of albidas here. That sort of stopped me a bit, made me look further. But then I noticed this lovely patch of thyme, and there's so many young plants here underneath this tree. So I'm thinking that a bird sat up there after eating thyme seeds and has pooped, because the thyme is, so it's directly under some of the branches of the trees, and then they're all going down here as well. Really nice to see. Sorry, I'm putting my hand over. I need to rig up this microphone so that it's a bit so it's got a fluffy thing on it to stop the wind. I'm going to turn it off now because I think you'll probably be getting loads of horrible loud noise. I just saw this here. Look away, those who are scared of spiders. But I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like spiders, it's that they always make me jump. But this is a beautifully constructed spider nest. Ground spider. I'm not going to hang around too long, I don't want it to jump out at me. Right, oops, windy again. So we're leaving this field now, we're going into the next plot of land, which is true garrig land. I read something the other day that said the difference between Mataral and Garrig is that Mataral pokes you in the eye, whereas Garrig scratches your legs. I thought that was a brilliant description. Now into our eastern line of olives. The sheepies, we've just walked down over here. I didn't film it because it was quite windy up there. But this is the Garrig. So low level, it's got Esparto, Albida, Retama, and then lots of subshrubs which are even smaller and even closer down to ground level. It's called scrub, and I don't like that word. It just, to me anyway, from what I've been taught, I guess, during my life, it makes it sound, it's quite a derogatory word, so I don't like to use it when we talk about this land, because actually it has a lot of life in it. It nurtures a lot of life. The Esparto and the Albida are home to lots of ground nesting birds, lizards, spiders, all sorts of different beetles. When you actually start looking at it in depth and you start looking at the wildlife, I think it's a it's a type of land that is just as valid as a forest or wetlands. It supports a variety of life that you wouldn't get in a forest and you wouldn't get in you wouldn't get in a wetland. You know, you'd get different types of wildlife in those places. So this is really valid land, and I think it's very undervalued. And it's easy to look at it and think it's barren. And it was only when we moved here and we really started looking at it and spending time in it that we realised how rich it is in life. What do you think? What do you think? Darling? She says, I don't care, I'm enjoying this tree. Oh, this tasty olive tree. Yum yum. Okay, the wind's picking up again, so I'm going to end it here now. Again, please tell me what you're enjoying seeing, what you're enjoying hearing about, what you'd like to hear more about. I'd really like your input so that I